I know how unnerving it is to feel like you may be pregnant when you don't want to be. We've all been there. Condom breaks, they don't pull out, you forget to take your birth control pill again. But the morning after pill is one of the most effective ways to prevent unwanted pregnancies. But it can be hard to find the answers to some of even the most frequently asked morning after pill questions. So we're here to help with answering all the questions that you need about how the morning after pill works, when to take it, how often you can take it, and what the side effects are. Plus, I'll share my personal story along the way. Hi friends, I'm Cynthia, and welcome to Real Talk with Stix, where we cover all things reproductive, sexual, and vaginal health. So let's get into it. First, it's important to note that Plan B is really synonymous for the morning after pill, emergency contraceptive pills. They're all the same thing. Plan B is just a brand of the morning after pill that you often find in the drugstores. Stix's morning after pill, Restart, can be purchased online and shipped to you in discreet packaging. For extra speedy delivery, you can also find Stix products on GoPuff, on DoorDash, and Amazon. So how does the morning after pill work? The morning after pill prevents pregnancy before it even happens by delaying ovulation. Remember, the morning after pill is not the same thing as the abortion pill. However, if ovulation has already started, the morning after pill will not work effectively. And that's why it's so important to understand your ovulation cycle. Here at Stix, we love to use our ovulation tests to know when we're ovulating and whether or not we're trying to get pregnant. So you might ask yourself, when can I take the morning after pill? The morning after pill is meant to be taken as a precaution after unprotected sex to reduce your chances of getting pregnant. You should take it within 72 hours of unprotected sex. That's 3 days. But the sooner you take it, the more effective it is. So you might be asking, what's the actual deal with the rumored weight limit around the morning after pill? Confusing, buckle in. The FDA states that there are no concerns that would prevent somebody from using levonorgestrel, emergency contraceptives, safely, regardless of how much they weigh or their BMI. When emergency contraception is taken within 72 hours of having unprotected sex or birth control failure, it can significantly decrease your chances of pregnancy by up to 90%. However, there are some studies that show that efficacy may actually decrease as body weight and BMI increases. So if you weigh over 165 pounds or have a BMI over 25, over-the-counter morning after pills might not be as effective. So you might want to consider the prescription morning after pill, which is called Ella, or the copper IUD. And if you do have concerns about whether Restart is right for you, reach out to your primary care provider. Well, everyone at any weight should be able to use an over-the-counter version of the morning after pill and trust that it works effectively. We know that's just not the reality today. As a team at Stix, we are committed to advocating for accessible emergency contraception for all, and we will work to make better options available to you, our customers, and our community as they become available. In the meantime, we urge the FDA to approve a higher dose of emergency contraceptive to be sold over the counter, one that is effective and accessible for all bodies regardless of size. So now you're probably saying, how many times can I take the morning after pill? And I want to note that it is not actually recommended to use the morning after pill as your regular form of birth control because it's not as effective. It can have some side effects and it can impact your menstrual cycle. Like its name suggests, emergency contraception is meant to be used just then, in an emergency. However, there's not a strict limit to how many times you can use the morning after pill. And importantly, it will not prevent you from getting pregnant again in the future. Is the morning after pill safe? Yeah. There have been no reports of serious complications from taking the morning after pill. We said it once and we'll say it again. Morning after pills do not cause any long-term side effects, and they won't affect your ability to get pregnant again in the future. Millions of people have used different kinds of emergency contraception for more than 30 years, myself included. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe because we are covering all the topics that we should have learned in sex ed class. Add comments below if you have any questions or topics you want me to cover. So you've learned all the factual things that you need to know before taking the morning after pill. But I found that sometimes it can really help to hear real stories from others who have gone through what you might be experiencing or are curious about. So I'll share mine. When I took the morning pill for the first time as a teenager, and it was after a classic broken condom incident. I remember going to my neighborhood drugstore after midnight because I didn't want to run into somebody who I might know. Little did I know what would come back to get me just 8 years later. So anyway, anyways, I got the pill, I went home and I took it. And I remember some cramping and getting into a hot bath for quite a long time. But more than anything, what sticks with me is the emotions and the feelings I had throughout the whole thing. I was scared because I didn't understand what I was doing to my body. So again, kudos, I'm glad you're here and learning about this now. And I remember feeling a lot of shame and failure about being in this situation in the first place. But when it comes to side effects, honestly, there wasn't all that much besides that cramping. And I think it was because all of those emotions I had outweighed anything else. By the way, we actually have another video that goes into all of the side effects and what to expect when you do take the morning after pill, so make sure to check it out if it's your first time. It's linked in that description below. Thanks for watching, subscribe, like, and hit that bell. See you in the next class.